from the antidote to Elon Musk's boring tunnel in Las Vegas and Uber to a WNBA game.
An Uber, really?
An
That's the
Uber right
antidote?
to a WNBA game. That's
The
the antidote.
WNBA game I got. The Uber?
It's a Business Pants Friday. I'll explain later. It's a Business Pants Friday show here at July 25th Studios featuring analyst whole Matt Moscardi. Whoa, how'd we get you? How'd we book you?
It's been months in advance.
On today's weekly wrap-up, Uber discriminates against aggressive male behavior. Someone finally stands up to Texas, and Sam Altman is constantly frightened.
I'm going to say right up front, I am very proud of ISS and Glass Lewis today. Can I just say that right now?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. You stole my thunder. That was going to be one of my top stories or goodliest, but I'm going to let you take care of that in later on the show.
Yeah, I'll talk.
Yeah, we gotta praise them when we like to have fun at their expense, but we gotta praise them when we gotta praise them, right?
When they do the thing,
We're independent.
I'm behind it. I'm behind it.
We're authentic reporting here. We're not right.
Are you a citizen journalist?
Yes. Our show today is being sponsored by Free Float Analytics and FreeFloatAnalytics.com, the only platform measuring board power, connections, and performance for free.
Yep. Only, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you signed up for that platform, right? Like they're our sponsors, so it's like
I use it regularly. Yeah, there's a funny picture right there, right now. Elon Musk right there on the front page.
It's actually, if you're not on the platform, the front page we don't talk about very much. There's a lot of data on directors, who runs companies, their influence, their performance, all this data, and we know that institutional investors are actually looking at this data because it's free and it's there, and why not? But on the front page is basically just a tremendous amount of news about these companies. It's like highly curated, very relevant news about these companies, and because they're a nice sponsor, they put our show right on the front
it's cool.
page.
When you click on it, I'm looking at one about Tim Cook, possible succession plans at Apple. When you click on it, it doesn't even go out to another source. It gives all the text is right there. You got the whole article. It's really handy, really nice.
It's really handy. It
cites the source, so we're not just cheating here.
No, there's no cheating.
Right. Well, maybe there is. All right.
There's always cheating. All right, so let's do story of the week.
Come on.
Stretch it out. Get limber.
All right. Well, we were off last week, so we didn't really have a chance to put this as story of the week. So I'm just going to include it mostly to annoy you. The astronomer, the Coldplay story. The Coldplay CEO, astronomer, HR chief, and one of the things that stood out to me about this headline is we always complain that they don't mention the name of CEOs, even when they're doing something horrible. But this headline from CNBC made sure to cite the person, astronomer HR chief Kristen Cabot.
Yeah, they nailed her name.
They always get women. Yeah, resigned following Coldplay Kiss Cam incident. Everyone knows this story. At a Coldplay concert, astronomer CEO Andy Byron and one of his leadership team, Chief People Officer Kristen Cabot, were caught canoodling. Now they're both fired. They weren't married, I guess is the point, and they had other partners. But here's my point.
Fired?
Yeah, go ahead.
What? Why is she fired?
Well, come on. I mean, isn't it going to be awkward? I mean, everyone in the company probably has an opinion. They're giggling. I mean, you think I remember when we used to sit, what I don't know what you call it, in the bullpen, in the area with all the other data wonks, all the other data lackeys at MSCI, at GMI, at the corporate library. Whenever an exec would walk by, you do the pretend formality, the pretend hello, but then when they leave, the jokes are flying. I mean, come on. I mean, that's normal for any office, right? But this is kind of...
I assume so, yeah.
Are you going to trust your head of HR? I mean, isn't that... I feel... I mean, right?
First of all...
She kind of has to go.
She was the head of people, not
whatever.
HR, whatever that is. Second of all, she was in the subordinate role, right? Like...
Yes.
So the onus is on him.
Okay, but okay, I don't know the
I
full
get what you're
story.
saying.
It's not a publicly traded company. We can't get into too many of the ins and outs, but it does say she resigns, which I'm sure she'll get a nice severance package. I'm not. It's not suggesting they fired her, but I'm guessing that she would be uncomfortable working there. But can I get to my main point
Yes,
before
you
you
always can.
give me your boring perspective on this? Is that Matt? They finally did it. I mean, we should applaud for the company Astronomer because now there are zero women in charge anywhere.
Oh
So
yeah,
there are
finally.
directors of 5 directors, and she was the only woman. But they took care of it. It's all men. They'll figure out how to run this culture now. They'll understand what to do next. I think, right? The
I mean,
men.
at
Yes.
last they can get rid
So
of the final
a
woman.
success at Astronomer. Good going.
I think that would be the story of the week if it wasn't the story of every time
Yeah, it's
there's
People
a story.
magazine.
It's just
Yeah.
it's basically
All right,
all
moving on.
stories.
A couple stories you're gonna hate. Trump, believe it or not, Donald
already
Trump
don't
is in
like
the
it.
news. It's hard to believe. U.S. President Donald Trump, he has a new order to block woke AI. This guy's a child in government. So tech companies looking to sell their artificial intelligence technology to the federal government must now contend with a new regulatory hurdle. Oh, I guess they do believe in regulation.
Bingo. There it is.
Yeah, if it's against people of color and women, to prove their chat bots are not woke. But does this not put the onus on the government to define woke? Other than
I'm excited for that.
other
They
than
already did.
a bit of skin pigmentation in a vagina, how do they define woke? Like what is woke? Like
It's a bunch of search terms, right? Wasn't it like
Oh,
it was like
it's
it
search
was like
terms that aren't
diversity, equity,
anything that's not
woman,
serial
like,
killer, serial rapist,
Look,
sexual harass, like the opposite of all those things.
this is on the heels of them like signing a contract with Grok, which is on the heels of Grok basically spewing anti-Semitic hate. So like,
Well, isn't that woke like from the right wing woke? If your chatbot is praising Hitler, isn't that woke from the other perspective? Isn't it like hateful woke? No, I'm serious. Like
I don't know.
what are we gonna do with this? I don't understand. This is just
I don't actually want to spend any time on this. I have a little
Okay.
bit on this, but I hate it. It's so dumb.
Well-
it's so petty. It's so dictatorial. It's
Here's
so
why,
all the things.
Here's why I ended up choosing the story. Is originally I was going to follow it up with the story about ISS and Glass Lewis in Texas, which you'll cover soon, because it was my perspective was going to be, hey, tech companies, you can stand up to this idiot. Like even the people making South Park are standing up to this idiot. So
I cannot believe
you can stand up to people.
Look,
you can do it.
I didn't choose Columbia for one of my assholes of the week, but I really wanted to. Like, why are we bending the fucking knee? Like, why are you doing that? You think you're going to get something back, or do you just cede control? What are you doing?
I didn't look at the details of that, but is that just a classic settlement to avoid like a long, expensive like
it doesn't
court battle
matter.
or something?
There is no classic settlement anymore. Now
Yeah.
the settlement are extortion. It's all extortion, right?
Yeah.
It's just the
Plus-
government is extorting you to basically look like you bent the knee so that they can, it doesn't matter what you do, they're going to claim victory, and then they're going to go after you for something else. And the stories are talking about how like there's a bunch of schools left over, and in this case it's like the tech bros making AI bend the knee, make your anti woke chatbots or else, right? Like all of this is extortion. Why are you doing it?
These are trillion market cap companies. Who cares if you don't have a contract with the U.S. federal government?
The
Who cares?
companies we're dealing with have more money than the U.S. government, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're all richer than the president. Like, what are you worried about? In 8 months, there's going to be an election, and it's going to change the dynamic in the House and the Senate anyway, right? Like, it's going to change it one way or the other. It's either going to be worse, way worse, or it's going to be better, right?
Speaking of worse,
I fucking hate it.
I feel like I have this every week now. We have a category called Jamie Dimon Says, because people always love quoting Jamie Dimon. I don't know why. He's like
a good sayer.
He's the clown prince of billionaires. He has all the pithy quotes. But now I think I'm gonna have a new category called OpenAI CEO Sam Altman is frightened, something like that. Sam Altman is scared of something.
Sam Altman cowers.
Yeah, like he's always afraid of something. Here's the latest. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman warns of. He's always warning and frightened. AI voice fraud crisis in banking. He warned the financial industry of a significant impending fraud crisis because of the ability of artificial intelligence tools to impersonate a person's voice to bypass security checks and move money. He says.
So,
He says. This is. I love when Sam Altman starts a sentence like this. A thing that terrifies me is, and it's all, and it's always something that his company has created. Always.
that's what it is. The,
He is
the
at
name
fault
of the
for all
segment
of
is
this.
a thing that terrifies me is.
Yes,
dot, dot,
that's
dot.
it. And it's him. It's you guys. Like, because you're doing this at breakneck speeds. No one's asking for this. It's like there's no regulation. There's no control.
Well-
you can't even fire you, Sam. You can't. Investors have no say because of dual class share.
The
Like, there's no
government
way in. There's no way in.
The government just said if you regulate AI in your state, they might withhold your funding.
Right.
Sure.
The states
feel
can't
free.
regulate. It can't be woke, which means that which ostensibly means AI can't like give a shit about humanity, because that's what woke means. We learned this week from the Superman movie controversy is it means acts of kindness. That's one of the things they hated about the new Superman movie, is that Superman stood for acts of kindness. That's really one of the
really
things.
a special situation when
It's bad.
like
I hate it. All right, let me end with the good news. Yeah.
yeah. Do a good story that, because I don't like any. First of all, that's going to be one of my assholes of the week anyway. So like,
Yeah.
I don't like anything that you're saying.
I don't know what took them so long on this one, but this is like the perfect corporate news story to embody our times. Although, why did it take to 2025? The day that Travis Kalanick left Uber should have been the day they instituted this. And quite frankly, I am just shocked. I thought this already existed, but the headline is Uber will let women drivers and women riders request to avoid being paired with men starting next month. I mean, this is beautiful, right?
You remember we
thank
covered
you, Uber. For
we
once,
covered
thank
this.
you, Uber.
They piloted this in India.
How is this not a
Like
thing
3
already?
years ago. It was one of the
Yeah.
things that Jesse the Money Whisperer brought up in one of her segments.
They had to pilot this.
They had to
what do-
pilot it. They had to make sure.
So it's
Is-
okay if men are doing whatever they want, but we have to make sure that women can handle picking up other women. What is this?
Is this woke? Is this? I
would say yes.
If
I think
asked-
absolutely, yeah.
But if I
absolutely
asked
woke.
my chatbot, should I be able to ride an Uber with a woman, and it said the woman should have the choice, isn't that woke?
yes,
Like,
because you're
so now
discriminating
that
against drunken, horrible frat boys at 2 a.m. who are hoping to get paired with a woman,
I love
right? Like
that the society where we
discrimination.
are
It's
right now
discrimination.
is discrimination against
This is
horribleness.
DEI.
You're
This is
not
DEI.
allowed to discriminate against horrible people. Like,
I
you
love
must
this, Uber.
It is actually the wokest thing I've ever heard, is to say that you're not allowed to discriminate against horrible people because they would need to be included too.
Yeah, because they're
right?
people
Like,
too, Matt. They're
it's
voters.
the
they're
most
people. Yeah.
inclusive thing I've ever heard
Yeah.
of, which is people who are total assholes and shitheads should be able to do what they want, include them.
I am actually very interested to hear if there will be a backlash against this. And I think I said at a previous show this week is that I went to the joke at the beginning of the show is that I went to a WNBA game in Boston last week, and it was my first major sporting event experience that I actually felt comfortable, happy the whole time, because I realized that there were no drunken shithead men like ruining the experience for everybody. Like, it was just a fun crowd, and it wasn't a small crowd. It was 20,000 people. It was a sellout, but it was just completely civil and uplifting. So yeah, maybe finally Uber can be that way too for women in America. Anyway,
So
those
I
are
have
my
to
4
choose
stories.
one of these as my stories of,
Yeah, go ahead.
of the week.
What? These are good. I like these. Come on. I know
Well-
you're not going to pick Sam Altman, because that's every week that he's
Yeah,
frightened.
Sam Altman I can't pick, and Trump,
The Trump-
woke AI I can't pick.
It's important, but I know I feel like it's just more of the same.
It's just blustery, petty.
So it leaves
man
you with
baby
Uber and
behavior.
Coldplay.
Like, what are we doing? Like, we're empower. We really need to empower more male CEO behavior. That's what we're doing. Like, that's what we got. I think it has to be Coldplay actually as the story of the week
Because they're finally at 0 women in
because
leadership.
they're not only
Congratulations.
they had
Sean.
0 women in leadership, but but it did happen this week, and it's been all over the place. But also the hot takes on this. Like, we covered this on Tuesday. Andrew Ross Sorkin used this as a platform to talk about how we constantly hate on CEOs and the surveillance state. The kiss cam he talked about as the surveillance state. He wasn't talking about like Mark Zuckerberg's access to everything you've ever written and how Elon Musk bought a social media company so that he could steal all your thoughts and feelings on Twitter and train his AI with it. He didn't talk about that as the surveillance state because that surveillance state is like the normies, but he like came to the defense of CEOs. Why do we hate CEOs? And they need to be aware that now everything's got a camera on it. Even the New York Times headline was Coldplay Gate is a reminder that cameras are everywhere.
Oh, stop
Are
it.
are you fucking kidding
They
me?
are? Wait, you're not going to tell me that people's phones have cameras too, do they?
Like literally, like
No,
right,
iPhones
right
don't have
now,
cameras.
if you have a Zuckerberg app in your pocket,
I have I have 2 cameras within my reach right now, and I'm like
we're
in a
live
shed in
streaming
Maine.
right now. Like, and I know that's like the irony is 0 people are watching, like 0 people care. But it's just that to me is the story of the week. I'm gonna go with that.
A double congratulations to Astronomer. It's not like they're located in Oklahoma. Their new headquarters is in Midtown New York. Are there no women in New York anymore? No qualified, educated women in New York?
They all moved to Canada.
Yeah.
Like, which is
Good for you.
where
Good for you,
I want to
Astronomer.
go. All right, let's go on.
Okay. Is the show over? I'm sweaty.
Honestly, it's really. Let's do good list though. This will pick us up. Why don't you start?
I actually think we have 2 genuinely old-fashioned good stories. Although
it
you're gonna
felt good.
crap on mine because it's an advisory opinion. But the top UN court says countries must act on climate change. So the International Court of Justice, which is the United Nations top court, issued an advisory opinion that found all nations must tackle climate change, and that those that do not act could be obliged to pay reparations for the harm caused to the environment. So this ruling, this is a story we covered before, was the result of years of efforts by activists in small island nations. The case was first initiated by the Pacific Island students fighting climate change. I mean, so it does prove that no matter how small and inconsequential you feel, I'm looking at you, ISS and Glass Lewis, you can fight back, right? I mean, you can.
Well, I have
fight.
no idea what the UN's like mechanism to fight back is. Like,
Well, still,
is this just like an advisory thing? Like,
it is.
you
It is.
should
But so
be
is
able to do
so is
that.
a vote on say on pay, and sometimes they actually listen to those votes. So there you
Yeah,
go.
not so much anymore.
Yeah, but still, it's a step in the right direction. I mean,
Everybody asked Jay Hogue.
probably the only country that would disagree with this would be Russia and the U.S. at this point. Like, I think most countries are starting to warm to this thought. But go ahead. What's your good list?
My good list is, and the headline of this one changed this morning. Glass Lewis sues Texas over new ESG and DEI limits on proxy advisors. ISS is joining with I think their own lawsuit as well, doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it's the same. It's probably not the same lawsuit, right?
So look, Glass Lewis, ISS, I mean this genuinely. Thank you for not fucking bending the knee. Right?
Yeah, and this is simple. This is just based on their First Amendment rights. All they had to do is go to the Bill of Rights and look at the first one, and they were like, "Oh, okay." Like,
so
that's easy, right?
So here, they didn't have to read past
easy
number
legal
one,
math.
the first
Thank
bullet
you.
point. Here's the background. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, they put in a new. They passed legislation that effectively says proxy advisors are not allowed to use any non-financial information, specifically DEI and ESG, in giving any advice. And if they do, there's these massive sort of like either they have to do all this paperwork and they have to explain and they have to label the fact that this is not financial information, and then if they don't do that, then there's fines. And in fact, the way they set it up is you don't even have to go. It's it's like it's not like a criminal trial, or it's like a judge can just say
Oh, of
you're
course.
fined, right? Like they set it
Yeah.
up so that
And I think you're forced also to live in Houston for 1 year with no air conditioning.
it's really a special law. And but here's Glass Lewis actually in the FT version of this article, our very own Free Float Media's very own Ann Lipton is quoted
Oh,
as
see,
saying,
there you go. Yeah.
Ann
Shareholder
Lipton,
primacy.
of the Shareholder Primacy podcast. She's quoted, quote, "Texas is trying to regulate outside its borders," said Ann Lipton, a law professor at the University of Colorado. What Glass Lewis said is this is, quote, "blatantly unconstitutional." And it violates their very basic First Amendment rights, which is just to tell people what their opinion is.
Yeah, so
That's
this is
all.
why
They sell their opinion to investors. That's
this
what
is
they do.
reason 474,007 that Ann Lipton is smarter than me, because I would have just said it was blatantly stupid.
Yeah, I my version would have been laced with expletives.
Yeah, so
like
Elon Musk is a free speech absolutist, so I'm guessing he'd agree with Glass Lewis and ISS, right? Because I mean, how Texas can't tell them how to set up their proxy advisory business.
well, two things are funny about.
By the
this.
way, anyone who uses Glass Lewis and ISS, you're not forced to use them as your proxy advisor. Hell, you could come here. We for
All
for
data
way
proxy
cheaper.
advisor.
Way cheaper. We can set you up with a
It's-
proxy
we're
advisor.
an all
We have
data
all the
proxy
data. We have all the
advisory,
data.
and in as much as we don't give you the advice, you get to select your own menu of advice based
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
data. But I like that the FT couldn't even help itself. In its own article, there's a Jamie Dimon says.
Seriously?
Seriously, it says J.P. Morgan chief executive Jamie Dimon has called for eliminating proxy advisors and slammed them as, quote,
Oh.
incompetent, right? Like, so Jamie,
Oh, right.
they
I
had to
remember that
throw
story,
in
yeah.
a Jamie Dimon says in
Despite
there.
the fact that he has no way of like defining that opinion, it's just a weird, dumb opinion. Yeah.
But Attorney General, the Texas GOP Attorney General Ken Paxton, he's supposed to, I guess, enforce this law somehow.
Yeah, well,
Meanwhile,
yeah.
there's a story today or last night about Ken Paxton has 3 houses that he's claimed as his primary residence in order to
Three?
get 3 in order to get favorable tax treatments and low
Whatever, man.
mortgages and all this
Details,
stuff.
schmeetails.
I love it. I just love it.
Yeah.
But all in all, look, ISS, Glass Lewis.
Yeah, good going.
Your proxy advice,
We support you.
not my favorite. Like it's very
But
pro
that's
management.
not what this is
It's
about.
always been.
It's not what this is about.
But you're not bending the knee in Texas. Now I want more. I want to see more people do
Plus-
exactly this. Like
Plus, the idea is a fallacy anyway. The original contention here that ESG and DEI data is not financial is stupid anyway. That's just
you
dumb.
know, actually,
Any data to do with a corporation is potentially financial. I mean, what are we talking about here?
elite Ivy League schools who are being targeted by Trump right now, this argument applies to you too. Like education is it's a First Amendment. You choose which like your education. Like I can't go to Prager University and say, how come you're not teaching me like black studies? Like it's not inclusive. I should sue you. Like your viewpoint isn't welcome here. Like
I feel like you're making fun of me when you say this.
no, I'm saying, like, I'm waiting for my alma mater, Brown University.
Yeah.
Is on a list of potential, and I'm saying it right now. They're on a list of potential settlement, future settlements with the Trump administration.
Right.
Brown, if you settle with the Trump administration, not only am I never giving you $1 again, I'm not setting foot on the fucking campus again, because you assholes have the same argument you could make. You could just
absolutely,
say, this is
absolutely.
our right. You
Yeah.
can't come in here and extort us. You
Yeah.
can't. And I don't care how much it costs. I'll start donating more money to Brown if you fight, because I don't want to be extorted.
Right.
And so congratulations to Glass Lewis and ISS saying, yeah, this isn't correct. So
All
fuck
right,
you
Matt.
guys.
This
So
is.
I like them. I like
Stop kissing their butt. Stop
it.
it.
Hey, look, we do a lot of shitting on
No,
them.
I love this. I love it.
I love this. I love this.
Yeah.
So I'm voting for that.
Does that mean
as-
I'm back on the ISS Hanukkah card list? Are they going to send me something?
I don't think so.
I would like chocolate. I like dark chocolate ISS. Send me a big gift basket.
Is that what they used to send you for Hanukkah?
Sure.
Or-
Yeah. All right, come
All
on.
right.
Let's move on.
All right, let's move
We're
on
getting
now.
bogged down here. You promised that yours was relatively short today.
Yeah, so there's 4, but we've already covered most of it. So that's
Oh,
good
sweet.
news. The first we haven't covered yet. FCC approves $8 billion Paramount Skydance
Ugh.
merger. So first
Sick
of
of
all,
media mergers.
like nepo baby David Ellison and
Is he a nepo baby? I didn't know that.
yeah, Larry Ellison's son.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's Larry Ellison's son. Got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He in
Wait,
order
but
to create Skydance, the company
yeah,
that bought Paramount.
but
Like
Paramount is a nepo baby company. It's
correct,
yeah.
also a nepo baby company.
What's her
Yeah.
name? Sumner Redstone's daughter.
Shari Redstone.
Shari Redstone. Yeah.
Paramount. This is after Paramount agreed to pay $16 million to settle Trump CBS lawsuit. That lawsuit, by the way, was like a fucking joke. It was
Yeah.
They didn't like the way they edited a Kamala Harris interview on 60 Minutes,
Right.
and they sued them for $20
Did
billion.
they sue them? Did they sue them after the election or before the election?
They sued them after the
So
election.
they won the election. Clearly, it had no effect over the
Was the suit after? That's a really good question.
Yeah, but I mean, not that I mean the lawsuit's clearly bogus anyway. But anyway.
The other thing that we should know about them is that apparently outside of that settlement, there's a nudge, nudge, wink, wink settlement.
Fire
with,
Colbert
with Ellison, and they did fire Colbert, which
is that part of it? You think? Remember we speculated about one of the lawsuits against Fox that they would get rid of Tucker Carlson, and that kind of happened. You think? This
yeah,
is
but
similar?
they haven't fired. They haven't fired Jon Stewart yet, and they haven't cut
Well,
last
he's like
night. South Park or 2 nights ago, South Park put,
Okay, well,
put out
okay.
Trump as Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny stuff going on here. First of all, Jon Stewart is not on the main network of Paramount. It's like
Right, Comedy Central,
right, and I don't even know how many people
owned
watch
by
that.
Paramount.
It's just your old middle-aged friends from Brown who still watch that show. But that
Great show.
aside, Colbert was on CBS. The funny thing is the South Park guys. So the FCC approved an $8 billion Paramount Skydance merger a few days ago. The South Park guys signed a $1.25 billion content deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ! I mean, that's
a lot.
But the timing of all this is crazy because their first episode this season is really going after Trump.
Deeply.
Yeah.
It's Trump in bed with Satan, and they're supposed to be like together. Like
And
a
their
couple.
apology was pretty funny because they were asked what their response to the White House, and they said, "We're incredibly sorry." I don't know. I like that.
I like that too.
It's just a weird story. The whole thing is strange. I mean, I
But
think
look-
maybe we'll learn more about this, but not that
But
I.
this is,
Yeah, go
this
ahead.
is the asshole sign of the times, right? Like,
Yeah.
like extortion, pay up, like.
And didn't they also get rid of their DEI program too? Like
Yes,
a few
that
weeks
was
ago.
another one of their
yeah.
things. Yeah,
right.
yeah. But where the hell are the boards?
Oh please.
Where the hell are the directors
Yeah.
saying this isn't?
Mo-
None of these. We should not pay any extortion. Period.
This
Like,
Matt, this
is your
more,
problem.
Yeah.
When you have boards that are stock full of people with the exact same mindset, they're all
That's what
like
I was gonna say. Yeah.
they're largely come from the same kind of businesses, the same kind of thinking. They think settle because it's cheaper. They think that mindset is being leveraged to basically bleed you dry and or bend you over and spank you until the Trump administration gets bored with you.
Here,
You are whipping boys. That's
here's
it.
what here's what I think about the current state of boards. Is it's either two things. None of them are very good. The first is that the boards are just there to protect the CEO. That's the only reason why they're there. So the groupthink that you're referring to is the thinking that the CEO does, so he just finds like-minded people to protect him. The second thing is that they're just completely ineffectual. Like
They
like
do nothing.
maybe they're not part of groupthink. Maybe they don't actually part of the network of the CEO, but they just don't do anything. Like they're just so, which is the alarming part to me. That how are they getting reelected to this astronomically high rate of 96% support? Like, don't you at least want your board to push back a little occasionally? Yeah.
Do you? That's their job.
Is it literally their job? They get paid well for it too. Yeah.
They get paid on a pro rata basis the same as most executives at the companies.
And it improves their overall career profile. They're probably getting other jobs based on these things. So the whole thing is a major win for them.
Like you are on a if you're an investor in one of these boards, you should be engaging every single one of them saying, what the fuck are you doing paying extortion money? What are you doing? Like, first of all, tomorrow's shareholder value isn't the one I'm interested in. I need the one 5, 7, 10 years from now.
Yeah.
You have a job on this board on average for 7 years. That can change if you guys don't actually start making plans now for long-term strategic value. And that's not paying this. There's no coming back once you paid the extortion. And it's not just Trump keeps coming back at you. It's when everybody watches your shows or listens to what you say or do, or they're out. Like, am I ever going to watch I'm going to follow Colbert. I'm never going to watch a CBS show again. Like, I don't need to. There's so much fucking content.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, CBS has kind of been horrible for the last 3 decades anyway. So I don't think you're missing out on much.
So the board has failed on every one of its
misogynist humor and just cop shows. And all right, come on, move on. All right,
number 2, Sam Altman. And as you said, you should be worried about the thing I built, Man Baby Tech Bro.
Yeah, a thing that terrifies me.
A thing that terrifies me.
Yeah, because earlier this week, what did we report on? What was terrifying him earlier this week? God. Oh, you can use ChatGPT to create bioweapons.
Yes. Oh, I forgot about that one.
Bioweapons.
Bioweapons.
Yeah. Not even how to create a shiv out of a soap bar. Bioweapons.
He's worried that the thing he built gives instructions to create bioweapons.
Yeah, that's a thing to be terrified about. I agree with you, Sam.
Here's a short list of things he's worried about this week.
Do you think? What do you think he's most terrified? Do you think en route to his vacation at one of his Hawaii homes in his jet? Do you think he's most?
That's when
because he has time to think.
That's when he's
terrified.
Oh shit! Yeah. It's on the jet because it's quiet.
What am I doing? What have I done? Yeah.
He is terrified about the coming AI fraud crisis. He is terrified. He is worried some young people, this is a headline, Sam Altman is worried some young people have an emotional over-reliance on ChatGPT when making decisions. Worried about that?
Yeah, we've talked about for years how just the effect of GPS apps have basically destroyed our brain's ability to self-navigate, to understand where we are, how to get around. So absolutely this is a thing to be worried about, that if you're now going to an app to help you make decisions, that's you're basically slowly replacing your brain with technology, right? With apps, right? Isn't that what you're doing?
I think we've pretty much done that. I think we're done with that.
But this is the slippery slope has already started. Now we're just down to downslide. It's
Altman,
oily, slicky slide.
Let's be clear about who the downslide is, because Altman's the one who's built this thing and afraid of all the things.
Yeah.
He's been worried about bioweapons now. He's been worried about China and losing the AI race to China. And now he has to be worried about the anti-woke order by Trump because he has to retrain parts of the model to not be so woke. And finally, I love this headline. When running AI giant OpenAI becomes too overwhelming, Sam Altman turns to pen and paper.
So stupid, yeah.
I love that all these worries. I'm so worried. You know what I need to do? I need to write some stuff down on a piece of paper.
How about this? Think about the rest of humanity who doesn't run OpenAI and doesn't have your background. How do you care about how overwhelmed we are by you creating this company?
Fired.
How about that?
You fired.
What do we do for that? Should we get our pen and paper out to help with that?
Sam, the things that you're worried about, the 2 women on your board who fired you, they fired you because they were worried about these things. These things that you lied to them about what you were building, how you were building it, the power of it, and they fired you.
Yeah.
and then you clawed your way back like a big man baby because
Yeah.
you knew there was trillions of dollars for you in it.
You basically created blackmail with your employees, saying like, if you don't hire me back, they're all going to quit. Essentially.
You chose your own board members from the broiest bros you could.
Yeah,
Brett
like, who is it?
Taylor,
Brett Taylor,
Larry
yeah.
Summers. Like these are like the
Nobody
like,
needs these people.
Like these people have been
Well,
on
thank God,
tech boards forever, and they just some power assholes. That's what they
Matt.
do.
Thank God on my daughter's next Uber ride, Larry Summers is not going to be able to pick her up.
He's not going to be driving.
No.
And now you are like propagating the same problems that your board members said that you shouldn't be running this because of those problems. You're out there saying like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm so worried about these things." If you were worried, you'd fucking shut it down.
Yeah.
That's it. Done.
Thank you. I love it. Well,
If you're worried that you're done, shut
there
it
are
down.
reports that AI is burning through a crap load of cash anyway that could benefit so many other segments of our society. So maybe shutting it down would actually be good. I mean,
Yeah,
right? I
shut
mean,
it
for
down.
other reasons.
Shut it down for lots of reasons.
Let alone
So,
let alone the energy consumption just to run your stupid company. All right, go keep moving
Sammy.
on. Come on.
Sammy, you're one of my assholes of the week.
Keep
Number
going.
3, Satya Nadella.
Oh wait, wait a minute. This was my who won the week. So we basically, if you scroll down, I took the same story with almost the same highlights. So I'm gonna let you run this because go for it.
I won't run it.
I'm
I will
glad.
just,
I'm glad you could pick this. Go.
I mean, this is a simple asshole. This is an
Yeah,
old school asshole,
simple.
right?
Yeah.
Because Satya Nadella announced job cuts. They cut 15,000
Not
people,
10
right?
people, 15,000 people.
15,000 people. We know
Yeah.
some of them, right? Like
That's bigger.
15,000 layoffs.
That's bigger than the town that I lived in when I went to high school. That's more of a population.
He says that the job cuts have been weighing heavily on him,
Yeah,
right? He
uh-huh.
wrote a memo.
Well, weighing heavily on his 79. I think it's like he had the $79 million pay package he made this year and his 400-to-1 CEO.
Yeah,
pay.
but
I think
that will
was
that
it weighing
will-
heavily on that stack of paper? Like, what does that mean, weighing heavily?
79. First of all, 79 million. I mean, the average Microsoft employee makes like $300,000 or so, right? That would have only saved 250 employees.
those-
right? Like,
Those who still work there, yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, of the 15,000 he fired, like he would have only saved a couple hundred with that $79 million pay package,
stop.
right? So
I'm talking about a bigger. I'm not talking about the exact dollars here. Come on, you're
Here's
talking about something else. Yeah, go ahead.
Where's the Microsoft board right now? What the fuck are you doing? Right?
Oh.
Like, because here is what Satya
Nothing.
Nadella wrote in a memo to his own employees. That's public, right? He wrote, quote, "Before anything else, I want to speak to you about what's been weighing heavily on me and what I know many of you are thinking about, the recent job eliminations. These decisions are among the most difficult we have to make. They affect people we've worked alongside, learned from, and shared countless moments with, our colleagues, teammates, and friends. I want to express my sincere gratitude to those who have left." They didn't leave. What do you mean left? They didn't like, they weren't like, "All right, guys, you know what? It's time for me to just go to the beach and I'm not coming back. I'll see you guys later." They were fired. You fired them. And then he goes on to say, I also want to acknowledge the uncertainty and seeming incongruence of the times we're in. By every objective measure, Microsoft is thriving.
Yeah,
Our
this is the
market
part that got me. Yeah,
Our market performance, strategic positioning, and growth all point up and to the right.
horrible.
And yet, at the same time, we've undergone layoffs. This
Horrible.
is the enigma of success.
That is the douchiest quote so far this year. The enigma of success.
Without a doubt.
This whole thing, this is why I have long advocated to have at least one member of the board, either a representative from the employees, someone from, human resources, someone who represents labor. I'm not saying they could have stopped this, but a company has thrived this much. The part you left out, Matt, or no, maybe you did say this, is that he has, what did he say? He said talk about the people he fired, that their contributions have shaped who we are as a company. So Matt, these 15,000 people helped build Microsoft into a great success. These are like middle-aged people with mortgages, with children who go to school. It is so ethically unbound to do this to your employees. I mean, there is just absolutely no reason. I mean, how about you spend a year trying to like maybe there's another position in the company you could offer them first. Why don't before you
How
just
about-
fire them immediately? Maybe you can ship them over. If
about
not,
growth
how about
is-
you pay them until they retire? How about
Growth
that?
is up and to the right,
Yeah.
and our strategic positioning has never been
What are
better.
you doing?
Then why fire them?
And what's
What
the
are
point
you
of having
firing them
what's
for?
the point of having a successful corporation with a market cap over $1 trillion where you cannot reward the employees who helped build it into the I mean, at a minimum, you pay them until the retirement date in the United States. At a minimum, but really, you could have at least offered them a parallel position in the company because clearly, Satya, you're growing in different directions. So who's to say that this extremely valuable partner can't help in a new AI division? Why aren't we looking into this? It's ludicrous.
look,
Ludicrous.
Who knows?
Unethical.
I don't know what they're
Completely
looking into
unethical.
and what they're not. But what I do know
Oh,
is
you
that
know what they're not
when
looking
you-
into.
When you have to write in the letter that this is incongruous, that we
Horrible.
are firing people when we are thriving and our stock has never been better, and that this is the enigma of success. Can there
Ugh.
be a more
Successful-
asshole phrase?
Success
that, like,
is not
imagine,
an enigma. It's counted in
ima-
dollars, Satya, just like your $80 million pay package.
Imagine this.
Yeah.
You're sitting at your desk and your boss comes to you and they're like, I'm sorry, we have to let you go. This is your last 2 weeks. Thank you for your contribution here. And you're like, what happened? And they say, I don't know. It's the enigma of success. It's just the way it is.
We're
Can you
doing
imagine
so
that?
well here that we just had to let you go.
How many people want to punch him in his fucking face right now?
horrible.
And you have a committee on the board, the Environmental, Social, and Public Policy Committee, and you have the Governance and Nominating Committees, whose jobs it are to look at people and public policy. These committees, on which Reid Hoffman sits on the public policy one, Penny Pritzker sits
I was
on
going to
it.
say, I'm glad you mentioned that. Penny Pritzker, Nepo baby Penny Pritzker, comes from
Yes.
the billionaire fortune of the Pritzker family, right? You also have Charles Scharf. You get the Wells Fargo CEO who's been embroiled in so many scandals
Every
you can't count.
scandal that
The
can
guy who
happen.
said that we don't have a diverse leadership pool because we can't find smart black people, essentially. Remember, he said that like 5 years ago. So it's horrible. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean,
Bad luck, Satya.
what are any of you sitting with Satya and saying, look,
The enigma of
if
success.
you're gonna lay off people, do it slowly, do it
No.
like
Come on,
you're
stop.
being successful.
This has got to end. This has got to end.
Like, it's insane. I don't want to be in a position to micromanage the company and tell them
I
not
do.
to ever lay
I
off
do.
people, right? Like
I do.
I know it has to happen, but you don't write.
I don't
I'm
agree with
laying
that.
you off, even though we're more successful than we've ever been. That's
Yeah.
an enigma.
I-
You're
look,
the
I-
fucking enigma, you
I'm
asshole.
sorry, but at a minimum, I don't know how to do the math on this, but at a minimum, you can offer them a living wage in the Seattle area until the U.S. retirement date. It's barely gonna hurt Microsoft. I'm sorry, but I in the first place, I'm advocating to reposition them anyway in the company, but I'm disturbed by this. I'm disturbed by the trend in corporate America to target these like middle managers' salaries, people in their middle ages with established mortgages, established tuition costs for their schools, who are running their families based on their commitment to these corporations, especially in areas like Seattle that we know the cost of living is really high. And then with the background of a highly successful company, you let them go because of the enigma of success. I'm sorry, that's not okay. It's just, this is not a company with a diving share price, with diving revenue, diving sales. Like, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about Microsoft.
Just so we're clear, on
I don't like this. I'm
July
upset.
30th of 2024.
Upset. Yeah.
July 30th, 2024, almost exactly 1 year ago from today.
Yeah.
This is the headline. Microsoft tells employees it will hand out one-time cash bonus awards up to 25% of their annual salary. They were giving them massive bonus, the entire rank and file.
Yeah.
It was rank and file. They gave out everyone to
So you don't have to
non-executive
fire anyone then.
employees.
Yeah.
What changed the only thing that changed in the last year is that Zuckerberg,
It's
Musk,
groupthink. Yes, it's
group-
industry industry
they
groupthink.
cut
Exactly.
so much of their staff.
There's so many
and-
layoffs in
and
the
no
industry
one
now.
seems to care.
Yes,
And-
exactly.
but here's the thing, Satya. They didn't do the asshole thing and say, It's an enigma. They just
And
said we're going lean. That's what they said.
Where's Bill Gates anyway? I mean, Bill Gates is he's always like supposedly is supporting every other cause across the world. What about just the
He's
cause
busy
of
being woke somewhere.
your middle-aged employees who have established careers based on their commitment to your corporation that you founded? It's not like me to like usually support employees who make like $250,000 a year, but I do think there is an ethical obligation to not let people like this go without some kind of, the same way I believe there's an ethical obligation for universities in America to find employment for the students, to stay with all of your students for the first 10 years and make sure they're gainfully employed if you're going to cause them high, like,
You're going
ask
to charge
pay
them
these
as
high
much as
tuition
yeah.
charges.
Yeah.
You
No
should be
joke.
following them around in their careers and making sure that they're getting jobs. But anyway, I mean, this is going to be an easy asshole of the week for me, but go ahead. You have one more.
One more,
don't
it's
you?
a quick one,
Yeah.
and it's just distractions.
Yeah.
Because I saw this headline: Elon Musk's Tesla is now the most hated electric vehicle maker. This is
Okay.
like a
that seems like an
poll.
easy headline. Yeah.
But I love that like that headline came out on the same day this headline came out. Elon Musk tells Tesla investors to focus on future filled with robots.
Okay, sure.
And
which they haven't actually fully developed yet. Yeah.
Of course, well, we've been talking about robots.
just likes
and Optimus
robots.
Prime for the
Mars,
last 10 years,
yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, don't ignore the fact that literally everyone hates me. We're going to build robots.
And
right?
that we
Like,
haven't achieved what I want to achieve, but I think it'd be cool if we did achieve it. Yeah.
And this was the week of Epstein, all the Epstein stuff from the Trump administration,
Yeah.
and Trump's busy, having the DOJ on Obama, and making chatbots anti-woke.
Good point. I wasn't going to bring this up, but in the woke world, right? Where does it land that you go with billionaire friends to some like creepy pedophile island, and where is that woke or not woke? Where do we land?
I'm just
on that
gonna
one?
undercut my prediction for the week because,
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
the head of the education department in this country
Don't do that.
was the CEO of a sex
wrestling.
trafficking wrestling company, right?
Yeah.
Like,
in the week that Hulk Hogan died. Yeah,
you
you're
don't
right. Linda
have
McMahon.
to wait for the
Yeah.
Epstein files.
Oh,
Like,
this
you
is
don't-
exhausting, Matt. You're killing me.
And then like the
Yeah.
rise of new meme stocks, Beyond
Yeah.
Meat, Krispy Kreme, Open Door, all distractions. It's just
Yeah.
distractions. Just like it's so overwhelming.
Okay, can I
that
vote now?
basically, it's a
You're
fire
distracting me
hose.
from my
it's-
vote.
It's gonna be Satya Nadella.
This is
That's
Satya
what's gonna-
Nadella.
yeah.
The enigma of success.
Enigma of success.
That's gonna go up with the Howard Schultz. What was it? The Holocaust.
the
blankets?
Holocaust blankets.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna forget this one, Satya. The enigma of success. What a horrible douchey thing. I mean, just a
It's really good.
horrible. I mean, what a stupid thing to say.
All right, let's do
that's
headlines,
totally
winners,
it.
predictions.
We were like running parallel with each other all week. Like we were like driving down the highway with like tinted windows, like side by side. We didn't see each other. But my headlines of the week is I think. Well, did you mention this or
No,
maybe you
I
skipped
didn't
over it?
mention this.
Here's the headline: Elon Musk wants more control of Tesla, so activist investors cannot boot him, but not so much that the board can't fire him if he goes crazy.
Oh, if.
Yeah. How about the board just fires him now for just that sentiment in general?
Like, period. Period.
Yeah.
There's so
I mean,
many times they could have fired him.
What are you even talking about? Really, honestly,
I don't understand bending
Yeah.
the knee.
Yeah.
You have a bit look, the government has, the Congress has basic jobs, they are checking and balance. The boards has a basic job, they are checking and balance. It's the democratic system. When you bend the knee, it no longer is balanced. It is one way, and the board bending the knee and investors bending the knee to executives and boards themselves, and everybody fucking bends the knee.
Plus,
this is the country where we're all we do is talk about freedom.
Can
Like
we-
everywhere you go.
Maybe Ann Lipton can cover this on the Shareholder Primacy podcast. But can we get rid of this activist investor term? I hate it because first of all, you're stealing the good use of the word activist, and that should be for like Rosa Parks and like like the civil rights movement or like feminine. Not with investor. Look, if you own shares in a company and you're trying to influence the vote and That's your right as an investor.
That's
This
just
is
called investing.
it's
Yeah.
not an activist investor. You're just exercising your right to vote. So Elon
That's a
Musk,
good point.
you have no right to insulate yourself from your investors. It's stupid.
Yes.
And I know you like to bribe them in the past. Like, remember he was like bribing voters a few years ago to vote for his pay package by, I don't know what he was doing, but he was doing all kinds of creepy things. Like, wasn't he gonna send them like gift
Yeah, or
card? Like, what was he?
contests and
But just
like,
some stupid stuff.
Give
But
them a tour of the factory or something. Yeah.
yeah, and also Elon, like it shouldn't take you going full crazy for your board having the right to fire you. It might actually just take you tanking your company in the eyes
Correctly,
of all of America, all of Europe. How about that? How about
How about-
sales going down for 8 consecutive quarters? How about the fact that the things that you're promising don't come true? How about the fact that you stuffed your board with like your friends and your brothers? Like
How
you're
about
already
the
kind of
headline, Elon
you're
Musk's
saluting
Tesla?
far right neo-Nazi parties in Germany. Okay, maybe it's already time to get rid of you, Elon.
Yeah, we're far past crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I totally agree with you. I actually like the idea that activist investing isn't a thing. It's just called investing.
I hate
And
it. I hate
it's
that
like,
term.
it-
I
it
hate that
is.
because it
It's-
it
a good
does
point.
degrade from the work of actual like activists. In
See,
our
I come
world.
at it from the other side. That is your fiduciary duty is to be looking at these companies and these boards
Yes.
and saying, are you doing your job or not? And if you're not, I'm going to flip you. And we've separated out a category of investors who are effectively asking the questions that they're supposed to ask.
Yes,
And then
yes.
everyone else
Yeah.
who basically is just like,
Well,
meh, and they vote yes with management.
I'm okay with passive investor and active investor, but not activist. That doesn't. I mean,
I think that passive investors should not have a vote. You have abdicated your rights as an investor if you are just going to sit in an index because you are not doing your job. You're not
Yeah. Well, this is
actually
something that
changing.
Bob Monk's warned about, right? Yeah, the effect of these passive investors. All right, what do you
All right, I
got?
hate
Your
this.
headline is
My headline is this headline: the typical employee would had to start working before the Revolutionary War to match the average CEO's 2024 pay.
oh,
Great,
that's a
use
good. I
of
like
the CEO
spin.
pay ratio.
Yeah, like I was complaining earlier this week that someone definitely stole our thunder. We're always like comparing CEO pay to the exact minute of the day of the January that the CEO makes the same as the median employee. But I like this. This is a fun twist on this.
Yeah, because I mean, effectively, the average CEO pay ratio is what 300 to 1.
Is it that high?
It's
That's
really
terrible.
It's really high. It is.
Well, I know at
2025.
Starbucks, Brian Nichols at 6,666 to 1. That's an easy number to remember. 6666.
Yes, there are a lot of sixes.
Yeah.
So just so we're clear, that would mean that employee, in order to make what their CEO made this year, would have to work from 1725 until 2025. So they would have had to start working when Peter
Oh.
the Great died.
Oh.
And the Treaty of Vienna was signed, right?
For once, I say without hyperbole, I'm tired just thinking about that. That's
I just
sounds
it's
exhausting.
great use
300
great
years
use,
of
great use
yeah.
of the headline.
Well,
Who
the
won
good news
week
that
for
you wouldn't have to work that long if you worked at Microsoft because you'd probably be fired because of the
you got laid off
enigma of
way
success.
before
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
All right, what are we up to?
Winner.
Oh, winners, right?
Yeah. Who's your winner?
You made it easy for me, and I didn't want to do this long-winded takedown of Satya, but my winner is clearly Satya Nadella. No. Let me be clear. The winner is Satya Nadella's bullshit. That's the winner, not him, but his
that's very different.
bullshit. Yeah,
I got it.
Bullshit's the winner. Yeah.
That is a winner. It's
Yeah.
an enigma that it won, but it's
Yeah.
a winner. My winner is just the people who pay CEOs.
What, the compensation committee?
The compensation committees, which no one knows, including investors, because we did an analysis for a client where we're looking at and we've done this on Proxy Countdown, the shareholder disconnect of how investors vote on pay, like whether or not they agree with the CEO's pay, and then how they vote against the directors who set the pay committee. Those are the people who sit down like Sam Altman with a piece of pen and a piece of paper and say, how much should we pay the CEO? 100 bajillion. That's what they just write on the paper, right? But those people get voted in every single time,
Yeah.
even when the pay is rejected. In fact, 11% of shareholder votes were less than 90% in favor of pay, meaning 90% is like, that's like good. That's like normal, right? 90%
suppose.
agreement is
Yeah.
normal. So it's less than 90% is a little is not normal. That means investors
was
are a
the-
little bit uncomfortable with it.
That was the MSCI metric, right? Like when a vote rises to 10% against, they used to flag.
So 1 in 10 votes go basically are investors aren't super thrilled with this pay,
Yeah.
but greater than 90% in favor of directors. So 1 in 10 votes will be disgruntled about pay, but love the directors who said it.
I'm going to order you over the weekend to go back and edit that copy and make that more clear. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So what you're saying in a nutshell is that they're voting against the pay plan, but they're not voting against the directors who write the pay plan. Is that what you're saying in a nutshell?
Yeah, here's a way. Here's
Oh
the
no!
way I'm gonna say it.
Don't keep going.
Here's the way I'm
Yeah.
going to say it.
Yeah.
Okay. There were 1,400 advisory votes on compensation
Yeah.
in the United States.
Uh-huh.
15 compensation votes failed.
That's it.
15 failed.
Yeah.
But at
was that
those
1%
failures,
roughly? Yeah.
At those failures, the compensation committee members averaged 84% in favor.
Right. So nobody
So-
cared.
So literally, I think
understood
no
that.
one knows.
I understood
right?
that. All right.
I think no one knows. So
All right. So your winners are the compensation committees.
my winner is compensation committees. Proxy season's over. You all have your jobs, and no one likes what you do. Predictions?
Mine's easy. Back to Satya Nadella. Are you ready for this one?
I don't know.
This probably will happen. Satya Nadella divorces his wife, right? And tells her he is deeply grateful, but this is the enigma of love. Right? I mean, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? This is
What are you
the
gonna do? I've
enigma
loved
of
you all
love.
my life, but what are you gonna do? It's the enigma of love. I have to let you go.
I'm gonna
What's your prediction?
I already front run mine. I think someone in the MAGA movement realizes that they don't need the Epstein files to look for Trump connections to sex trafficking rings. They just need to ask his current head of the education department, Linda McMahon, because I just got mired in stories today about Brock Lesnar and horrible behavior at a publicly traded company when no investor cared and no one did anything
In a woke
about it.
blue state. I mean, it was headquartered in Connecticut, not
Connecticut.
even like Oklahoma or something, or Nevada.
That's it. That's all we got.
That's a lot.
That is Business Pants Friday wrap up. Next week we'll be back. Tuesday show, Friday show. The shareholder primacy is off for a couple weeks, but we'll be back in the middle of August.
So lazy.
Someone's got to take a vacation here.
No.
Also, we're working on some new content stuff. Like, I don't think we're ready to talk about any of it yet because we haven't really settled. But maybe you want your content in a new and special way. If you do, reach out to us because we are trying new things and we want to do it interesting and make it fun and funny but informative. So let us know. Until next week, good.